Hello everyone. I hope this lighting is not too bright. It is now dark outside and I'm going to record a few videos back to back so I can get them out of the way for the week. And we are doing a series on Sex and the City where I talk about each of the main characters and what I learned from them. But before we dive into that, I would like for you to hit the subscribe button, and then a little bell icon is going to pop up. I want you to hit that so that you can be notified whenever I do a video. And then after you're done with that, I want you to go ahead and hit the like button. Maybe even leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you for your support. Now let's dive into the video. So in today's video, last video, we talked about what I learned from Miranda. This week, we're going to talk about, well, today, I don't know when I'm going to post this video. Today, we're going to talk about what I learned from Charlotte in the Sex and the City character. I think in the Sex and the City series, I think each character is amazing and brought perfection to the table and to the cast as a whole. One of the biggest things that I learned from Charlotte is that it is okay to be traditional. There is nothing wrong with that. I know that I am a feminist, but when I'm in a relationship with someone, I tend to fall back into a bit of a traditional role. I don't like to cook all the time. I don't like to clean all the time. But when I'm in a relationship with someone, I really like to, in a way, to some extent, as much as possible with work and my kids, I like to cater to that person. That's a lot. And take care of them, not in a motherly way, but in a way of you would take care of somebody that you love, you know, cooking for them and getting them certain things that they like. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm very independent, but I think there can be a balance in being that independent woman who believes in equal pay and fair treatment, and then coming home and just, you know, hi honey, what can I do for you today? And there should be that dynamic where you're doing that for each other. It should come full circle. It shouldn't be a situation where the woman's being like the mom and the guy's just sitting on his butt not doing anything. I think in a really good relationship, it should be both of you guys taking care of each other. I've even heard of couples who say they have a competition with each other to see who can do the most for the other person. I think that is so cute, and I think that's definitely how it should be. It should not be one person carrying the load. I like when a guy pays on a date. I am not of the generation that believes in going Dutch or that I should pay. I know I'm going to get dragged for filth in the comment section by some guys. Let me have it, whatever. I'm very traditional. As modern as I am, I'm very traditional. I like the guy to ask me out. I like the guy to pay for dates. I like the guy to hold doors open for me. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that's one of the things that that Charlotte should teach us, is that if you have those traditional ideas that you have in your heart that you believe to be important, then there's nothing wrong with looking for a man or woman that upholds those values that you want. And she didn't settle. She waited, and I just realized I didn't put my microphone on again. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind here, guys. That's how much I love Sex and the City that I've just forgotten how to video. Good as new, have my microphone on. I'll try not to forget it again in the next video. Okay, let's get back on the subject at hand. One of the things I love about Miranda is that she did not pull back on her standards as far as what she was looking for in a man. She was very traditional. She wanted the man to be the man that, you know, dapper guy, holds doors open, pays for dinner. And I think that more women, once you find that ideal, that idea of what you want, I don't think you should shrink that back. I don't think you should cut back. Now, there's a difference in that and being superficial, like he has to make a certain amount of money, he has to have a certain kind of car. I think that is a bit much. But as far as how you are treated, I definitely don't think that that's something that you should lower and shrink down just so you can broaden the dating pool. You have to be willing to wait to find what you want and not be willing to settle for that. Another thing that I learned from Charlotte is that it is okay to take time to just focus on your family. There was an episode that she was deciding on if she wanted to stay home or not, and she felt really guilty about that, and she's watching her friends go on with their careers and getting different opinions about what she should do, trying to make a really good decision. And she finally decided that she was going to stay home and focus on, I think it was making a family. I don't think that she had her family at that point. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. There was definitely a season in my life where I just wanted to focus on making sure that my kids were okay and making sure that they were good. And I didn't really focus on anything else. And now that my kids are older and self-sufficient, I feel like this is my time. And outside of their school activities and those very important things, I can focus more on going on auditions and filming and being an actress. But I did have that time in my life where I surrendered to it, and I was like, well, there's really nothing I could do, so I may as well be the best damn mom that I could possibly be. And Charlotte showed us that once you make a decision to put your family first, you should not have to feel guilty about that. Being a career woman 24/7 is also an okay thing to do, but sometimes your family needs you a little bit more. And I heard someone once say that you can have it all, but just not at the same time. It's like your life is a pie, and there's family, there's career, there's hobbies, there's relationships, and sometimes each piece is going to be a little bit bigger than the other. They're going to change from time to time. And that's just life. That's just totally okay. So I really admired her for making the decision that I'm going to focus on my family. I'm going to be a mom, and there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you less of a woman. And I think, honestly, being a full-time mom, that's a hard job. I did it for 2 years with my kids. I don't think I could ever do that again. I mean, wow. So hats off to stay-at-home moms. You guys have one of the toughest jobs in the entire world. Another thing that I learned from Charlotte is setting boundaries. As someone who has given money to friends and as someone who has received money from friends, this is a very touchy subject for me to speak on. But there was an episode when Carrie needed a lot of money to get out of a really bad situation that she was in. And Charlotte was sort of standoffish about whether or not to give the money. And they finally hashed it out, and Charlotte decided to loan her the money when all was said and done. But before that happened, she did make some really good points that, it's not her responsibility to save her friend from her financial situations, and that she learned from family that it's a bad idea to mix friendship and money. And that is so true. Once money starts getting involved in friendships, lines starts getting blurred. It's a dangerous situation. Like I said, I really come from both sides of the situation where I've given it to friends and I've received it from friends, and I haven't had any issues with my friendships because of it, but so many people do. And it's like, you hear that you also shouldn't mix business with pleasure. You shouldn't go into business with your friends because lines get blurred. Respect is kind of blurry, especially if you're the boss in that situation and you've hired your friends on. So I love the fact that she tried to keep a line that would protect her friendship from something that potentially could be a really bad situation. And I don't think that we take time to think and to set enough boundaries in our friendships. And it's not even about being mean and just saying no and not being willing to do things. I think it comes down to a situation where you love that friendship so much that you want to protect it from any situation that can potentially turn into a bad situation and end that friendship that you hold so dear to your heart. Another thing that I learned from Charlotte is sometimes you gotta give things that you normally wouldn't give a chance, you gotta give it a chance. And she wound up in a wonderful relationship and marrying an amazing man that she normally wouldn't even give the time of day to, but because she decided to open her heart and try something different, she wound up finding the love of her life and having the family that she had always wanted. And that's something that I definitely had to grow out of. Is I used to always want to date the pretty boy, the super popular guy that everybody wanted, and I got my heart broken every single time. And there are some not so popular guys that are also jerks, but not in every case. When you date the popular guy that everybody wants, the problem is he knows that everybody wants him. So the relationship is on thin ice, and you guys can argue about you breathing wrong, and he's already on to the next girl because he has options readily available to him at any time. I just thought it was great that she wound up finding the love of her life in something that she normally would completely overlook. And that just shows that we should open our hearts more, not lower our standards, but open our hearts more. If you're the type of person that's like, I only date white guys, I only date black guys, I only date surfer guys, I only date hipster guys, then you are severely limiting yourself and the possibility of finding someone that you could really end up being happy with. Because at the end of the day, if you say I only date fill in the blank, then it has nothing to do with love. I feel like it's more of a fetish and an obsession with a certain type of person or the idea of whatever this type of person will bring to you. And you really need to unpack that. And I'm a big person on, seeking therapy, and I wish more people would seek therapy to unpack issues and to sort through things in their that are going on in their minds, so that they can be with someone for love rather than a type and whatever they think being associated with that type is going to bring to them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm having so much fun with these characters. In the next video, we are going to dive into Samantha and have a little fun talking about some things that I have learned from Samantha. And then after that, we're going to talk about Carrie. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.